Okay, well, there's publication in the journals and all the things that we want to do to have our words out there and to gain, I think, some credibility and reading gigs and all those good things that come. And but I have to say that I've been a procrastinator. I love to write. I do lots of writing. I write every day. But I really hate addressing envelopes and writing those letters, and so I've never been able to corral anybody in my family to be my secretary, or to get a wife who might, support me in those some of those ways. I've been a teacher and a mother and all of those things. So anyway, to bring it down is I've continued to randomly get some poems accepted and published through many years of doing this. When I reached the ripe age that I am now, and I thought, gee whiz, most people have got collections here and there by this point in time, and I kind of took a look at my age and my possible longevity or not, and thought I need a book, and I need to have something between covers, and if I can get one down, then I'll begin to seek publication with a press after that, and maybe that will help me jump over that particular hurdle. I had sent out manuscripts for a long time, and they come rolling back with all those rejections you pay for your bathroom with. But anyway, what I did is I found a good designer whose work I had seen, and then I went to my brother, who is a fine artist, and I picked out a cover, a piece of art that I wanted to use as my cover, and we put that together, and I worked with the designer to have, I wanted good paper. I looked at some of the quick presses, and they just would only give me a particular weight of paper, not the kind of paper I really wanted for this book. And so I spent some money, and I got it published, and I have 500 books, or maybe it's 350 or something on my shelves. And but I have this in my hand, and it gives me a great deal of pleasure to see some of the poems that I like best with a cover on them. And so I set up a little website. My daughter-in-law, who's a great businesswoman, kind of said, you've helped me do this and this and this, you helped us get married, so I'm going to help you get this book married to the world. And so she has helped me try to get the word out. And of course, you get lots of hits, and then you run through your high school graduating class and your college and your sorority, and all those people that have been in your history, and they're very supportive. But the thing about that is you quit getting lots of those hits after those people get tired. However, they do get the word out, and those relatives and friends always have places that they're connected to, charities and art museums and various things. And so what that leads to is my cousin has a book, and she's a really good poet, at least I like her poetry, and so maybe you'd like to talk to her about your project. So what this has led to is a lot of workshop gigs, and so I have some interesting things coming up, and lots of readings, not lots, but some readings, and so in a sense it's been, I guess, helpful to my sense of what I'm doing and the seriousness of what I'm doing. My brother and I talk a lot about art, and he fusses at me some because he says, to do good art, he's a painter, you have to work like a plumber. That is, you've got a job at 6 in the morning or whatever time your job schedule is, and you go and you put in the day. You put in the day and you do the job. And if you don't treat art like that, then you're not going to get anywhere with your art in terms of developing your art and getting better and better in terms of having your art seen and used. And so he's fussed at me through the years about that. And now and then we will be looking at paintings together, and he'll say, well, so-and-so, she's, it's very nice for a Sunday painter. And so he's had the distinction between the person who puts in plumber's hours and the person who, in other words, the person who is so passionate and obsessed with their art that that is all they think, that is what they think about primarily, not all they think about, but there's life's out there and that's what we draw from. You've got to do those experiences, you've got to get out of the studio now and then, but the people who put in that as their primary occupation. And so I think that what I have had to come to terms with is I'm a Sunday poet. I'm not really, I do write every day now, but through the years I've had other jobs, and so I've always been measuring this notion of the difference between passion and creativity. And I think that they are in degrees of how you spend your time and what's in your frontal lobe instigating. But I think that in all the workshops that I've conducted, whether it is with a 14-year-old or a 64-year-old, what I am seeing is amazing art coming out of people who are not sure they can call themselves artists or poets or memoir writers or whatever, but people who knock my socks off, and I say to them, you are so much better than I am, because it just is astounding what comes out of the human ability to perceive and do. And so I think that this makes me proud, and to have a little cover on, on a little collection, that's not what it's all about at all. But anyway, I encourage people in publication to do it if it makes you feel good, and to keep talking to other artists and keep finding ways to get the word out.